do the liaison since our chair is not here, can the vice chair?
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order.
That would be the person.
Thank
Can
you.
I have a question before you cut it on? There's usually a section for like adding to the agenda, or am I making that up?
The
You
No,
can
yeah,
do that
there
on
you
the
go.
order of business.
additions,
Oh.
additions you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, order of business.
oh, okay, sorry, continue.
Number 3. All right, so call to order. Today is July 30th, 2025. Time is 7:03. Do roll call. Rudy texted me that his nephew, his brother's in town with his family. They got into a massive car accident, and his nephew has his leg shattered. So the doctor decided to do surgery on him today, and he's having surgery right now. So he's in Kendall AMI hospital. He said he's gonna make it, but be late. So he's in surgery now. So that's the latest of that. So that being said,
Usually the chair is the one that mentions whether the person is excused or not, so I'm just reminding you for the minutes.
right, so he's excused, he's in the,
And then
Magali Rubio.
and then Magali Rubio has,
she's sick.
yeah, bronchitis, I think. So she's very ill as well. So Rudy, hopefully he makes it, but that's where he's at. So Miguel Martinez, I am present.
President Lester Cohen.
Esther,
President Francesca.
Jessica, and Edwin. Present. You got Edwin. Edwin, you're here twice. Oh. I'm ninja.
But not on my document.
All right, order of business. Do we have any additions or deletions?
There was, when we coordinated for the 4th of July event, during our last meeting, we voted to spend $250 on marketing stuff. And I spent like a few dollars over $250. What was the?
Yeah, let's, just so that we don't get out of the agenda, just motion to add it as an item. And then when we're there, I'll pull it up.
Okay, so I motion to add the
July-
reimbursement
July.
July 4th, check expenditure conversation to
7E.
7E.
Thank you.
There's a.
Edwin.
So we have a second?
Edwin seconded.
Edwin second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. So that's for order of business, public comments. Anybody online and
Let me see. Nobody's online. And I didn't receive anything. in advance.
Sorry for. Order of business, can I add data's run? Or the monthly report?
It's already here, look at
Oh,
the
it's-
agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see. Thank you.
all right, so we have the adoption of that, we'll close public comments then, there's no public comments. Number 5, adoption of minutes.
The map, through the chair. The map is not here, but in the minutes, Mr. Crespo does not live in the Miami Lakes boundary. And in the minutes, it said Miami Lakes.
Oh. From you,
The Crespo,
yeah, so we'll just update that to Miami.
right. So I make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected. Crespo living in Miami.
All right, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Francesca went to get the items, sister dropped them. Yeah, you're done. All right, going to number 6. Now, this is stuff that Rudy was preparing, so I guess if anybody has any insight on any of the items. Miami Lakes litigation. I don't know if Stephen is on, Councilman Stephen Hertzberg online.
I asked for that to be postponed, and the reason I say that, in the last council meeting, the attorney, his words was very invasive when that topic came up. So there was no discussion.
Okay. Well, Stephen Hertzberg had called me just to give me a quick brief update, to share with you guys.
Isn't he on the new business, Councilman Holzberg?
He's not online, so he's not here. He asked me.
I know, but that's on the bottom. When we get to that item.
Yeah, okay. We share it there. All right, so Miami Lakes litigation update, we'll speak of that, or reopen it when Rudy gets in,
Yes, sir.
or we'll move it to the next meeting. B, awareness campaign. I think Francesca, you wanna share some updates you've had?
So I think everyone's aware of the fact that we participated in the Fourth of July event. It was a pretty good turnout. A lot of engaged residents asking questions and seeking info. Another component that we discussed last meeting. Well, I mean, we'll have to skip the items that we had discussed, for Rudy to do the research on the insurance policies, because that's where the awareness, it's a part of the awareness campaign as well. And it's also item D, so I guess we'll also postpone that topic. He had also said that he would attend the July 9th, chamber. Obviously, we can postpone that as well. And, yeah, that's it for my updates.
All right, yeah, I'll share, I'll add to that, from the 4th of July event. I had a couple approached me, eyes dilated, scared, and that they had watched a movie or a documentary, a miniseries, on Netflix. And they were petrified that we're going through the same, or we'll have the same result as that movie did. Movie was with a volcano. But they were scared in that the tremors that they were experiencing, that we feel the same. That's where their reasoning was coming from, which in the same regard, I think it was a good thing that people are becoming more aware of what the sensation is, and you know, maybe not to it's not a movie as to the outcome, but to be aware, I think is critical. That's a hurdle, a huge hurdle to go over, and we've done that. I also spoke with a gentleman out of North Carolina visiting his son. And in North Carolina, they're dealing with mining as well, but it's a different strata, so they don't have the issues that we're having here. And he's feeling the blast and the shakes, love his son. He's like, what's going on? So it was an interesting discussion with him as well. So I think that the awareness is happening, and it's because of this group, this body that we're in. So it's a nice pat on the back for all of us that we're making a difference. Did you speak last about the lady that went to see in Hialeah Gardens?
Legion, Maria Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember I showed the images of
Oh, there's nothing further on that.
no, nothing further. She hasn't reached out anymore. Obviously we compiled the images, so next time we create new collateral or we prepare stuff for Tallahassee, like we can definitely use those images.
Hmm.
We couldn't use them for 4th of July just because of the time constraint. You know, we printed things that were already existing. It was too soon. But you'll definitely start seeing it on material going forward.
All right. Item C, 6C, the Placer Advisory Board utilization strategy. Anybody have any thoughts with that? Okay, I know it's Rudy's item, but. Same as item D is insurance.
Mhm.
So we'll
I'm just
go
putting up
to,
a pending chair. If he comes, he comes, and if
Yeah.
not, then we'll have to.
correct.
There were several, when we discussed it last time, points that had to do with Rudy kind of delegating amongst us. And kind of coming up with a strategy and how we were gonna reach several audiences. But, it was discussed how we thought we could maximize the utilization of the members. I don't know if you still wanna table that for when he's here, but that was for something to discuss in
I mean, I
depth.
think it'd be best because we don't know
Right.
how far he's gone.
Okay, cool.
Apparently, he's done some advancements.
Okay.
So we'll table that as well. Item 6E. Edwin Orr presentation, latest run. You're on.
Mhm.
Hey guys, you guys have in front of you the updated monthly report. This month, out of all the last 3 years since 2023, this month we've reached, we crossed 110 blasts
A month,
A month?
Wow.
in Miami-Dade County. So I think that's pinnacle, because it's the highest, we haven't crossed 100. So maybe we're gonna see more people also feeling it. We have more complaints this month throughout Dade County, 566. And that's a big jump versus July of last year, where we had like 153.
That's awesome. yeah.
So it's, the awareness is coming out. There are new,
And I'm sorry, where are you looking
What
at?
page?
on the first page, on the first page on the bottom right-hand corner, as a summary.
Bottom, right here.
That basically tells you the number of complaints, the number of blasts, and the PPV, which is like the magnitude, that they're calibrating it. How strong it is. But yes, the overall, the complaints are going up. The PPV is staying about the same at 0.4, the maximum. Doesn't seem like they're crossing that barrier at all, and I think, the more people are putting their complaints out, least likely that's to happen.
We have here 0.76.
Oh, that's the highest in the whole 3 years. Yeah, but I'm saying this month.
Okay,
This month, the highest was 0.45.
okay.
But here it goes up to January 2025.
That's where that name is, that center, that's where that line is. But the actual one is July, the 110 is June, up to June, so it's May 31st. 110. Does this data, right now they're publishing all the way up to June 27th, I think, that's the maximum day of complaints. So I didn't want to showcase that data because it's not completed,
Not a
they
problem.
update it. So that's why I just put it all of May. So
I've been noticing that they've been increasing their blast, daily blasts.
Yeah.
And a couple days ago, I think they had 6 is what the complaints that I received from the public.
30 minutes back to back, like I complained and I was like 30 minutes, then another 30 minutes, like exactly. And I was like, is this them or somebody else?
So, once the data comes out, it'll be interesting to, keep that in mind to record it, analyze it for sure.
But yeah, everything else looked like the same as before. The overall, the time of complaints that I have here is 12 p.m. That's usually the time that, the hour that they're complaining. But the number of people in Miami-Dade's, if you look to Miami-Dade's, it has skyrocketed, I would say. If you go to like the fourth to last page, that's Miami-Dade's, we're at 87 complaints for the month of May. So that's the highest since 2023, which we had 114. So the awareness is out there and people are actually like feeling it, even though what I've noticed is that we have more blasts, but the intensity is not as high as that 0.76 that we see there in the map. But the people they have the link, they have access to the link, they are putting in their complaints on time, especially in Miami-Dade, compared to any other city that I've seen.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
On the zip codes, you have 3,
Oh.
1, 4, what's that supposed to be?
Yeah, this is how the way that they have it saved. I didn't edit it.
Oh.
So that's literally the way
We
that
don't
they
know
got
what
into
that
their
is then.
system.
Okay.
And they allocated that address to Miami Lakes.
Okay.
So sometimes the address that they have on the website doesn't say Miami Lakes on part of the address, but there's a column where they allocate to that specific city.
Even this like 34016.
Yeah, all of these,
Gotcha.
if I were to pull out the address that is allocated to this, there's gonna be another column
That
where they
allocates it
put,
to Miami Lakes.
they put it for Miami Lakes,
Gotcha.
not me. I didn't wanna like say by based on zip code or address.
No, but it makes sense
Yeah.
that you do it like this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, I think this is, it's very telling and, the funny is in, not funny, but the funny thing is this data comes from the state's own data. And they don't use it, 'cause it's not official data. The official reading is coming from the miners, and this is coming from the pilot program. And I think that's something that needs to be part of what gets addressed with the state, and their negligence. That they're recording 0.76 ppv far exceeds any legal, at all. Even the previous Dade County law, which is maximum 0.75 is state county. This exceeds all that. But the caveat that they have, and just so you're aware of, is that their max PPV is within the urban development boundary. This recordings is coming outside the urban development boundary, so they're within the confines of the law. So it's one of the caveats that they use, is the ace up their sleeve, if you will. It's unacceptable no matter what. So it's bewildering that they're ignoring their own data. And obviously, what us taxpayers are paying for.
When I saw the increase in blast, I saw kind of like their se está moviendo, like they're moving, they're trying to go faster
Yeah,
for some reason, like maybe either they're trying to say, either we can do more blasts and there's not a lot of complaints, so it's okay.
well, historically, we've seen this in the past. When there's any movement happening, they increase their production. I don't see it as a coincidence, and their increase, if you compare it to what's happening here in the town, date wise, I think you won't find it a coincidence how they increased their production with the timeline, what's happening in this municipality. Huh?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
I'll double check it.
sorry.
What do you call it? So, like I said, we've seen it in the past. Whenever there was it was like a cause and effect. Whenever we did something, the following day, something happened. And so their increase in production, right now, they have the cloak is removed, but they have no restraints, if you will, at the moment. So they're doing as they please, which is maximize their production.
Makes sense, trying to, increase their revenue or results in the future.
Right.
Makes sense.
All right, nice job.
Thank you.
With all the feedback that we had given you in previous times you've prepared this, like this time it's so digestible because
Yeah.
we've gone over it so many times, we kind of know what to expect. So that's really nice. Thank you.
But I mean, total number of complaints, 16,867.
That's
That-
over the last 3 years though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's significant.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what angle you look at it, that's significant.
And look at the variety of addresses. So this is each unique address that has ever complained. It's 2,160.
Right.
And if you look at population wise, Miramar is always in a higher ranking of how many people complain. And I think that, it's important to engage with this group of people. So earlier today, I actually met with someone who's starting, think of it as their own mini blasting group in a specific community in Miramar. So I requested that he come to our next meeting to kind of see how things go. He couldn't come today because the city of Miramar had a town hall or some type of like public meeting that he was gonna attend, representing his group. So that's pretty interesting.
Well, it's
I'll share
not
this
a
with
public
him.
group. It's not Miramar's BAB.
No. This is a resident of one of the Miramar communities that are in that pocket, you know, where, it's Nautica, Riviera Isles and, Sunset Lakes.
Right.
He's a resident in that pocket. So he just started, you know, getting neighbors together that were all aware of the blasting situation, and he was like, well, I'm gonna represent our group at this town hall meeting. And I was like, okay, well, since our meeting is a conflict today, obviously he can't come, but for next time he wants to come and sit and see what we do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right,
I guess you could add that to my marketing update. I forgot earlier.
so going into item number 7, new business. Again, this is Rudy. We have a new CFO, for those who are not aware of it. I have, I've been getting a better feeling, quote unquote, from this guy, that there's been a lot of, I mean, I'm speaking out of turn. Again, this is Rudy's doing. But he's been in contact, and he's actually been down here and going with the mayors and Doral and all this, and I've been advised that they've been outspoken to him outwardly, speaking of the issues of blasting. It's making him aware of what the issue is. I don't know what the specifics are, but I do know he's been advised from the local powers that be directly to him. So I think that's huge. And I think Rudy was one, I think Rudy spoke with him, it's a term about possible visit. So it's nothing to ask Rudy when he comes. 7B, the lobbying of other municipalities, Councilman Hertzberg, did he make it online?
No, he's gonna be on.
No, okay. So, Councilman Hertzberg called me, to give me the latest quick update. He was gonna try to make it, but he wasn't sure, so obviously he's not online. He had a meeting with the county, with the, chief of staff, Tomasa Acala, the liaison that's for our area, I don't recall her name at the moment, and the building official, Miami-Dade County. Trying to garnishing support for the pending legal action that's happening. They advised him that it needs to go to the council of the county. Now, the council, I think that's a huge challenge for multiple reasons. But my take is to speak with Rene Garcia, that he has a better angle, and he has garnished support in his manner, that he changed one of the items that went to the county. He removed the item and then we reworded it at the last minute and got it approved. So I give credit where credit is due, and I think Stephen Hertzberg was the next step, is to go that angle. But things are moving forward with that. The intent is to garnish support of the county and the county's legal department. Obviously, they're much stronger than the town's legal department would be. So we'll see about that. Budget update. Again, that's Rudy. I don't know, has he provided anything for you?
No, I mean, you guys submitted your budget request for next fiscal year is all I have. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up. Yesterday the millage passed. So
I heard-
everything is like a work in progress.
But
But that's a cap. Keep in
All the
mind, that's a
committee-
cap. That
all
doesn't
the-
mean that that's what it's gonna be.
all
at.
the committee budgets are gonna remain flat. That was the last comment that was said yesterday in yesterday's meeting.
All right.
Okay.
So at least we're safe then, because that's a safe shot for us.
But we'll know officially, now end of August, like a few days.
Right.
No,
and
what
then
is
the-
it? Actually, no, end of September is really. when
Right,
we
the
have the final
after
numbers.
proposed budget is gonna be published September 4th, because I just requested the date. So supposedly it will remain flat, but if there's gonna be decreases, you'll find out September 4th.
Or prior to that, when they got their vote on it now. So it's officially released on September.
No, but they have like a couple of workshops
Workshop,
and
two
they have to
workshops
go
in
through
August.
two.
Right,
Meetings,
public
so,
hearings
yeah.
and.
there's a process for the next
So,
month.
so far, so good is what in other words. And we'll wait and see. I heard that they increased the millage rate,
Almost 36%, but that's not part of the topic, so that's, I'm not gonna go.
So that's the budget update. Miami Lakes Chamber Podcast and Business Expo attendance. That's all Rudy. So I guess we'll wait on that. And item number E, the finances.
Yeah.
You wanted to speak.
Yes,
So
so I
during
pulled it
our-
up.
Our last meeting, we voted to approve 250, and I went over by a few dollars. So they just need to get approval, like another vote to reimburse me.
Yes,
Mhm.
please. So the total amount is for $276.90.
So it's $26 more. We're gonna hang you for that.
276.90.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the $276.90 reimbursement to Francesca for the July 4th. Awareness
I'll
expense.
second that. Although it's funner if we hang her.
Thank
for it.
Is there a second?
Yeah, he did, he said.
All in favor?
Hi.
Thank you.
Okay, we did our job.
Yeah.
Or no.
All right. So then open discussion.
One thing I wanted to bring up that I wanted to talk about during this meeting that I forgot. Was thank you for you guys spending your time and your weekends or your extra time going to these events and showing up there. Cause I haven't been going to any of these events and it feels like I'm not participating in that. But in my head is more in like, I want to try to, instead of capture the audience face to face, I want to try to capture the audience through an email. So if that can be applied in the future, that'll be great.
Okay.
You're saying like requesting people's emails
Well-
when we do events? I'm unsure I
No,
understand.
we already have everybody's emails, like they're putting complaints. So like any marketing that gets sent out, like gets sent out to them.
It's public information.
Yes, but I asked
I didn't know you had emails. I just
Yeah.
thought it was the address and the name that was.
When they
posted.
submit their complaint, part of the information that they have to input is their
The
email. Now it becomes public.
Okay,
So since he's obtained all the public data,
yeah,
he has
that's
that.
awesome.
Okay.
I think we should be tapping into that market. I wasn't aware it even existed. If not, I would have been harassing you sooner about it. I think we should start doing email blasts, notify them of our meetings. Request that they send pictures of their damage, if any. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, any of your flyers I think would be great. Like, so
Yeah.
they can like share to any neighbors or anybody who they know.
Right. What software do you have to be able to mass email?
I know,
Oh, you don't?
I
Okay.
know, I can learn, I can download a software or something. And my wife's good at that. Like she sends mass.
If you take do you get the email? It comes in an Excel sheet?
Yeah.
All right, so if you take that column
Uh-huh.
and you can isolate the column and then try to remember how it was done. You open the data and make a comma and add a comment in between each thing.
okay.
It then lists it. Then you
Okay.
can use it in Outlook.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna get reported as spam in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So there's a more effective way, but it's
Okay.
usually through like MailChimp, Constant Contact, like an actual mass emailing.
I think it'd be
service,
safe
let's
that
call
the
it.
town send it out as well.
So that was leading me to my next question is that, does the marketing team have access to something like that, like MailChimp or Constant
I
Contact?
believe we have MailChimp, yes. And maybe they have other ones too, I just don't.
Right, so the reason why I ask is because these softwares, you can upload X number of contacts. If you and I were to create one on our own, after a certain number of contacts, you have to start paying for it. I think like the
Oh.
first 100 people is free, but anyone after that you have to pay for. So if the town already has that type of service, then if you provide IO with the list, simplified.
Yeah.
So like first name, last name, email address.
Okay.
That's all she needs, right?
Okay.
And then she can ask the marketing team if that's a possibility, and if it is, we can start coming up with content to mail out to these people.
Yeah.
Email out to these people.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And to put in a zip code also, so you'll know where it's coming from when it returns.
Well, it doesn't matter What the zip code is, because
It's an email.
it's an email.
Or
So-
at least
If someone answers, it doesn't matter.
you have it separated by Miami Lakes. So all the emails are separated by Miami Lakes, so I can just start there.
Well, I would still do
Oh.
every single
Oh.
If
recipient,
they file the complaint, it's
Because-
public.
right?
Okay.
Because even if they live in Miramar, right, they can still help us.
No,
They can still, maybe, I'm not saying they're gonna sit on the board, but I'm saying, you know, they can outreach within their community, they could share it with their neighbors,
aware.
and then be aware of it, and more people could file complaints, right?
Mhm.
Because, you know, the person I made contact with this morning didn't even know that Miami Lakes had a blasting advisory board. And he was like, oh, I thought I was the one guy who even cared about this. I'm like, no, like, it's not that way. So, you know, sometimes little things like that can generate a lot of traction. So I wouldn't segregate anyone from any zip code, like even if it was Homestead, you know, or they're far away from us, but who cares? Like if they still experience it and they can help us spread the word and aid us, like why not? So I know that that information is easily accessible to you,
Mhm.
so just send it over to Io, and Io, if you could loop me in, with the
Yeah,
marketing. team.
I'm making note, I don't know how that works in terms of like, I know that we have a monthly newsletter, for example. Of people who have subscribed willingly to our newsletter. And sometimes there's special things that we'll also send in addition to the monthly newsletter. or we'll send the one.
Mhm.
But I don't know how this works because these are not people that subscribe to the town of Miami Lakes. So I will ask them.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that I, that I can think of.
the one thing is the email is public because they
Yeah,
shared
it
it with
is.
the complaint.
Right,
But the other thing is, it's if the town sending something out.
Yeah. but I don't know, I'll check with her. And if anything, I'll loop you in because I know you're
Mhm.
better with that language anyways.
And when you send her the spreadsheet too, we'll know exactly how many
Yeah.
recipients. So let's say the town doesn't have the ability to do it, just to give you an example. But the number of recipients is less than what it would cost to have, what it would be to still have a free account. Then technically we could just do it on our own. You know, like we have options, but I would rather it come from the town because their site is more legitimate, their
Mhm.
IP address, like it won't get reported as junk as often, that kind of thing, so that would be cool. If we could do it.
Alright, so we got homework done.
Okay.
Homework assigned.
Oh, and
Um,
if you can email this. Email her this.
Yeah.
Oh, you did,
I'll send her that one, I'll send her an updated one, 'cause I think like tomorrow, it should be the next month's already ready.
Oh, okay, so he's gonna send you the updated version of this.
Mhm.
Well, if you could forward the current version of
Yeah.
this, would be nice.
Yes,
Then
Okay.
the updated one, he's gonna send you in a couple days, if you could forward it also. And then the email list.
yeah, and once I receive it, then I'll publish this onto the
Next door.
victims page.
Do you have a date on this so that, because you keep
A
on doing it,
refresh
we don't
date?
have a date.
A refresh date,
Oh, that would be nice.
I'll add a refresh date.
Well, because now she's talking about an updated, but we're looking at this one, so,
So we can keep track of the.
Yeah, the
what
version.
version.
right,
Yes.
yes, otherwise. We're just
So
looking at.
even how
updates
this
to
one
report.
ended May 31st, so I think it should be like. Report and then May 31st, and then the revised one, June 30.
Up to.
Yeah, mhm.
Rudy sent me a text, I guess he's not gonna, I'm assuming he's not gonna make it if he's sending me the information to share with you guys. For 6A. Going back
On the
on,
second, 6A, go ahead.
there's nothing yet, Stephen would know more. 6A
Okay,
is
so-
the litigation, what we discussed,
So we can still say update pending chairman,
right?
Mhm.
nothing.
Because that he did tell the council last week to allocate funds for it in the budget. 6B, the awareness campaign, Francesca is the update, yep, 6C. Maybe I can expand the utilization. Okay, 6D is on insurance. The mine expires in September. But it's split. Some say blasts are public info and can be counted, and others say no, since there is no coverage here in Florida for that. I think he's talking about seismic activity. The issue is there is no coverage for seismic activity because we're not on the shelf. Florida's not on the shelf.
So is that his update? Because we already knew that.
Well, I'm going down the line.
He's just reading the text message.
Oh, no, I'm saying, because he knows that, we know that.
Well, he's reiterating what,
We
for that
already
item.
know.
what we know.
And give it for, what do you call it, for Edwin's sake, that he is new here. Seismic damage is not a covered element in Florida because we're not on the shelf. We have no earthquakes. So what we're experiencing is seismic damage. The difference is it's man-made, not natural. So, if there is a source and cause, then is it covered? And that's what he's referring to. Some say no, some say yes, because we have a source. But that's the debate that's happening in that matter. 6E is Edwin's presentation. If any updates or last runs, what we just discussed. 7A, the new CFO, Blaze, might be coming to Town of Miami Lakes, and he spoke to Rizzo and Fabricio on this at a Hialeah luncheon chamber. So he's trying to get him to come to our meeting, the new CFO. 7B. They spoke with the new mayor, Jackie Garcia Rose, on this. She said the West Annex, the new mayor of Hialeah, I apologize. The West Annex is really feeling it, and complaints is unexplained leaks. I guess with the water pipe damage. Also with Rafael Pinedo of Doral. They are all ears and complaints are rising. So monitor these numbers for these areas. The see, we can watch the awareness, is it happening or not? 7C is I informed the council that we're staying at 7,500, if at all. 7D in September. September what? I'm assuming it's that's when the budget gets approved.
Yeah.
He ended it there in September. Whatever that means. So that's his briefing.
He didn't say anything about the business exposition that they were gonna have, the meeting that they were gonna have?
The Business Expo?
Yeah.
No. The Miami Lakes, the podcast and Business Expo. He doesn't mention anything on that. So I guess the balance of the items.
Does
are tabled.
anyone know if the Business Expo is a Miami Lakes thing or if it's something else?
Every year they do a Business Expo, Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce Business Expo. I don't know.
But the Chamber of Commerce,
The Chamber of
not the
Commerce.
town.
Right, the Chamber of Commerce,
Okay.
and then you, vendors pay to participate.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
we've, they've given us a table. with-
In the past.
In the past, and it's on the outside, so we've done that. I don't know if that's what he's alluding
Referring
to or not, I don't know. And I had no idea about the podcast.
Well, I remember he mentioned in the podcast as something separate, like a chamber project. I just wasn't sure
Right.
about the expo, so.
Right, so remember the podcast, when Manny was here, we used to have the podcast here.
Right.
All right, so now they took, there's no longer a podcast here with the new,
New mayor,
with the new mayor, so now the chamber is doing the podcast.
okay, the same show,
Well, but it's more geared toward chamber participants.
okay.
Where the mayor had it here, the
It was
mayor
all
had
about-
town events,
The mayor interviewed me for what we're doing here. And that was because of Esther's initiative to get me in on
my
that
insistence,
assistance.
my insistence. I
Insist-
kept on- I can drive people crazy when I want to say.
No one's noticed.
Took a long time, but you got it done, right?
Yes, that was good too.
Just like it took a long time, but we got them today.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys had.
Unbelievable. No.
What?
Yeah, they were just sitting at my house.
No, because when I saw the name tag, I'm like, what are you talking about? We ordered that a long time ago, but then I forgot you guys didn't go to the workshop, so that's why they didn't get it when we got it.
What was the
Yeah.
house?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Vacation mode.
Vacation, but you know.
He's so bad.
Can we take, on open discussion, can I just, Vice Chair, can I make sure? So the Miami Lakes litigation is still pending update. The VAB utilization strategy is still pending update.
Right.
Um. okay,
Hertzberg's update is pending,
Right, but you gave us information
correct?
that he's, he spoke with the county seeking support and was advised that the item is placed in the county agenda, so that's on their fault. So far, those are the two. Oh, and the Miami Lakes podcast and biz, so those 3 items are still pending updates, so that need to be placed on the next agenda.
Correct.
Mhm,
I just want to make sure I have the items, so he knows what to put on the next agenda.
mhm.
Correct.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
all right,
Is our next meeting August 25th? Because since there's a question mark here,
It is August, it's because he's doing the agenda, so sometimes he does, like, he puts Edwin's name
His
twice.
okay, I was just
his own note.
I do
curious
have
in
you
case
guys,
there was a
Yeah, it is
change.
the
I have you
25th.
guys scheduled for
It's the 25th.
Monday,
That's-
August 25th at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Right, that's what my calendar said, but since I saw the question mark, I wasn't sure if it
Makes
was
sense.
maybe being rescheduled.
It's his own note, confirmed. All right. I think, taking advantage of open discussion, Edwin, you touched on something, and I think it's critical that each of us have our strengths and we take advantage of those, whatever they may be. The body as a whole becomes stronger when each component of that body uses the strength, and obviously, I don't want to say ignore or avoid, but not take advantage of the weakness of a person, but their strengths. To say I'm impressed by this is an understatement. This is excellent. How we utilize this, I think, and I'm at a loss to most effectively utilize. I have ideas, but Francesca's ideas always blow mine out of the water. So obviously there's her strength, or one of them anyway. So I'm appreciative of that, for what the group as a whole is doing. So I wanted to share with you guys that. I think that what's critical now is what's happening, when we get Hertzberg's updates. We'll see what and with the attorneys, what they can share. Obviously, we're at a critical stage with them, and it's very cautious of what does get shared. At the right moment and right time, I'm sure everything's gonna be an open book. Until then, I'm kind of left in the dark. Anything else? Questions or comments or anything you want to share? Nada.
If we get the ability to do the emails. Do we need to discuss it in our next meeting in order to come up with a little calendar of what we're gonna email? Let's say August, we're gonna send this email. September, we're gonna focus on this topic and send an email, October, that kind of thing. Do you think we should kind of put together a calendar for what we're going to email? Or would it be at the discretion of sharing old flyers, like recycling the same information?
All right, I think,
So are you talking about the marketing that we just finished saying that the town was gonna do?
no, it's
This
two
is
different,
something different.
it's two different things.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are we
One
talking
is
about
the
now?
ability of the town.
Right, I understand.
That's what they,
that part.
can they do it or not? And
Yeah.
if they can, then it falls onto us. And that's what she's referring to.
Okay, and then I am gonna just put it on the table that if we do it, you have to be very careful because we are subject to public record. Every member here
Right.
is subject to public record.
Right,
Right,
So when people think that you wanna go out there and do a little Instagram, you have to be very careful.
Right.
So,
oh yeah,
and I called the town to verify that. Because every time I hear that that is being shared by Instagram or by a website or by this. We are a committee appointed by the town. And we have a responsibility when it goes to the public record statute.
and that's the reason, Francesca, I believe, while you're bringing it up.
Yes.
What angle do we go?
Right. 'cause
And
then
it
we
would
have
have to
add
be
it as an
approved by
agenda item.
and it would have to be approved by the commission.
council.
Oh, yes, like your council.
You
Um,
mean the emails?
Whatever gets,
Whatever
Get
mechanism
shared.
you're gonna start using as.
Oh, like the new mechanism needs to be approved by the council.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was following.
and what.
Is
it-
that
it-
record
here.
retention, it has to do with record retention that I don't think some of us have, because I know, I've heard you say you share stuff, I think a former member said he would there's a lot of things you gotta be careful how you do it.
Right,
If you're doing it under the auspices of the Blasting Advisory Board.
right.
Yeah, but
Do
nothing
personal.
that's shared, that I'm involved in. I shared as a personal resident, not as a blasting advisory board
But you're using Blasting Advisory Board
information,
data.
which is public
Right.
record.
Everything that you share has come to this board.
Everything that is shared is on our website.
Okay, I'm
And
just
it's
asking,
public.
I'm asking the question because I heard him saying he wanted to do a little. A little page, something. But I just want you to be conscious of that.
So the question then comes, the one,
Got it.
to do the time frame of emails, obviously you don't wanna bombard people.
No, but we also meet once a month, you
Right.
know, so I don't want it to be so delayed. I would rather us plan like
Right.
3 months together. And then that way, we already know what we're doing for 3 months and then we meet again and then
And maybe a subcommittee gets generated for dealing with this, because it's a delicate matter. The other thing is, whatever gets created has to go through the legal department here.
right,
Because it's nice to be able to share advanced information, but how advanced can we share, and what can we share, and do we even know what they are? We may not know it. And maybe at the right time, it's a good tool to use at the time. That we're not there yet. I think that's another helpful thing that can come out of this. If we have it set up, and it actually works. And then once it works and the thing moves forward, that it could use us and advise the public. This is
Then it
happening.
becomes second nature.
Right, right. I think this could be huge.
And if it has to be approved by legal and go through the steps, then it even more sense to do several at once, so that when they review it, they review 3 months worth of emails.
Right.
They approve some, all, whatever, and then you plan for the next batch,
I mean, I would like to see an email with a summation of stats that you're doing, just to show you what the complaints, I share that. When people, I've complained, nothing happens, yeah, pick a number, what number, where are you falling in here? Is it 16,867 complaints, you did one, congratulations. Oh, 16,000, yeah, thank you, because this is what we need 1 times 16,000.
That makes.
It's I mean, these are numbers. You can't lie about this. You can't hide this. This is actually facts. So I think, and that's what I would like to share on the once your updated list comes out, I'll post the updated information on it. And it's just, this is straight stats coming out of the state, what all our tax dollars paid for. This is public, however you look at it.
Can we start putting this on our website? Actually, can I make a motion? You have to put the release date, like Esther said, okay, because then it's gonna be a gazillion of them, and we don't know what is what, right? But like the one that ends May 31st, I would make a motion to start adding the reports. to
Well,
our
so for example, if you put the date on it, send it to Isle with the date.
Sure.
And we
Yeah.
already have May 31st.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think,
what I'm saying, you have to
Yeah.
update.
Yeah,
it.
I'll update it also this year.
So here's a question for you. Is this,
That's
like,
why we're
you're not creating this, right? You're
No.
putting this. So is there a link you could just provide? Cause if that's the case, I feel like it would be easier to just put the link, so people always have the most up to
yeah, but
date.
they're not gonna have to analyze the data. You get the raw data. I can get the data.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you are putting
He
this.
Oh, yeah.
pulls the raw data.
Pull the raw data and I make a graph.
Can I make a suggestion? Cause I know what's gonna happen. So in addition to putting the date. On the last page. Or just have a source page.
Okay.
So they see
Yeah.
that there's a town attorney and they're gonna ask, where's this coming from?
Alright, so you can go back and check that out.
So if
Public
it's all
information.
coming from a public site, that means it's
Yeah.
public record, they'll see the source.
Okay.
Without a source, this is
I would-
not gonna go on the town website.
And I would put it right on the first page.
Yeah, first page.
Yeah, whatever's more
Yeah.
convenient, but you need to put a date prepared or a
And I
report
think
to
we
the
need to
period
title
ending. Whatever.
On the first page, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a summation of everything,
Going
it's
to
just the specifics.
Yeah.
Publish.
Which I think is
So what
fantastic.
are you gonna call this? Can somebody give me a name so I know what to write?
I just said we need to title it.
This pilot program statistics, I would call
Publish. I
it, stats.
Maybe for it to be only one page, cause you give this to someone that doesn't understand.
Right.
they're gonna go
Yeah, the
through it.
summation page, I think is all it's needed.
Even the summation page, I think is overwhelming unless you know what you're talking about. You explain.
Yeah, like the summary, sorry, the summary graph at the bottom right hand corner, I think that one by itself. Just be fine.
No, this graph
Yeah.
says nothing. If you look at this graph like this, it says nothing.
Yeah.
Now, the important information is the top.
Yeah.
This is a great mechanism to illustrate what the top says,
Yeah.
right? But if we could. Really, the ones that are most important are like this one, these 5 items up here.
Oh, he's got the dates there of the.
No, I know.
That's not direct, it's not like,
it's
you have
not
to interpret it.
correct.
Yeah,
Oh, here's some.
And for example, are you talking every page on this? Because I don't think every page.
No, it's something, I think just the summation, which is the first page.
Right, 'cause
I have a question. Max PPV.
Hmm?
7.6, right?
That's the one there. One second.
That's the highest
Mhm.
that they ever did.
Mhm.
But they did that back in 2023 or something like that,
Mhm.
right?
And I apologize,
Years.
the data is coming from the official reports, or is it the pilot program reports?
The pilot program, I go directly to the website where you put the complaints, and from there I download it.
The 2023, okay, can you
Yeah.
do it from the official reports?
What do you mean? Like,
There's a pilot program and the officials from the miners themselves. That's what the state, the legal thing comes from them.
can you send the group, the both links?
They're both on the
Oh.
webpage, they're there, I don't know the actual download the data, where you get it from, I don't know.
I got it, okay,
But that data, it's 2 tabs, it's 2 buttons, 1 and 1.
okay.
And if you can do this, I think that is damning. To show, because that was the intent of the pilot program, was to compare what the actual reports are, the official reports.
So, because I have the reports of the complaints, and then I have the reports of the blast. You're saying there's another,
The report, okay,
Oh.
there's 2 reports of the blast. One is the complaints, put that aside. That's what this is about, right?
this is the complaints and the blast.
Okay, well, on the reports of the blast, there's 2 categories.
Okay.
One is the pilot program, which is an official, and then the official, which is from the miners.
Oh, yeah, because the dates, one goes like all the way to 1923, and the other one just goes to like. No, what I'll do is I'll send you the name of the files that I'm getting, because every file name is different,
Okay,
right? Whichever you go, wherever you download it from, the file name, they make it different. So I'll include the file.
what I've
name.
been seeing is when I download, I only get one date. So you're getting a full data.
Yeah,
That's,
the
I'm not
full-
getting, I don't know where you get that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. We're talking about a different page. Yeah, where just the miners that they send like the
Right,
location.
that's the
With that.
that's the official report.
Okay,
So if we can compare exactly this and get 2, the official and what the pilot program is getting, now we're seeing the correlation of the 2.
okay,
And that's gonna be very damning, because the official one is the legal one, where they base the laws and stuff on. The Black Pie program, the state is ignoring.
Okay.
But that's what we're paying for, our taxes. And why are we ignoring it if it's actual data? And that should be unbiased. The other one is biased.
the one that you're pulling single.
Right, that I can pull single. Like I said, I don't know where you're
Oh,
getting this.
Yeah, I think I've gone through trying to pulling a single. I didn't know I pulled it in mass. That's why I
Okay.
went to that data tab where you can export it.
And maybe you can contact the CFO's office directly, and they could send you an Excel sheet. Because I actually had that from years ago. They had that.
Yeah, they called me one time and they had to talk with me. Just to see like if I was real.
Really?
No, they just had questions and, but they're really nice.
Yeah, no, no. The CFO department, they're excellent. It's the higher ups that we need to be cautious with.
Can I make a clarification? There's a motion on the table, right, by Francesca to publish
No, I'm gonna change my motion. We
I-
talked about a lot of different
that
things.
report.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so,
delete that.
So let's bring it home now.
Well,
Okay.
hold on, I'm gonna write something down so I can explain to him what my motion is.
I wrote that, I'm sorry. Just flag that. We, I. What? And then, I'll show you, yeah. I can.
Okay. In listening to all your feedback about this, right? There obviously needs to be a more simplistic way to illustrate this, because we understand it. Because we have him talking about it every time we see it, right? So this is still valuable to bring to the meetings. I'm not asking you to change anything here. But if we're going to put it on the website, then we need to dumb it down. We need to make it more marketable, right? So let's say you're gonna use this as the example to illustrate this. Break it down by month, right? So right now, I gave you the example using May because the data is available till May 31st. Your first graph is gonna be total number of complaints with the bar graph by city. But the bar graph by city is only gonna illustrate May, okay? Now, I want everybody's opinion. Should it illustrate
Take a
1
picture
month?
of that?
It's the same thing, but you break it down by month instead of breaking it down for the last 3 years.
If we
'Cause
break it
this
down
is
by
over-
month, it's not gonna be as impactful.
Impressive, yeah.
Yes. But pull anybody from the street and show them this and they're not gonna.
Agreed. So the question is how to do it. I
Right,
think month-
so I was giving options. So
Okay.
one option is by month and then compare year to date to that month. And obviously, this is something he would do every month. If not, we do year to date and everything we illustrate, but he updates it every month to include one additional month,
Alright,
right? So instead of
which
May,
is
it
what
would,
he has right now.
no, right now he's comparing the last 3 years,
So you're saying just the up to this year?
right? Do 2025.
Okay,
After the page of 2025, if you want to do year to date, that's fine, but I want to illustrate it first in a more digestible way.
So make it a second page.
And
The
and
other
then the
data.
second page could be this cluster of,
can, I'm curious, and I'm throwing it out there, can we do January, this, January of this month compared to January of last year? So we could compare apples to apples? And month to month, as in 2 columns,
but
just.
then now you're talking about 7 different zigzags. I'm trying to make it less colors.
That could just be like, you know, this month, last year, and that could be like the only graph.
I'm just, because I'm saying this because what are we comparing it to? So we had 30 complaints this month. Okay, and yeah, but last month or last year at this time, we had 12 complaints. So we more than doubled the complaints. What is the end result of presenting data? I guess looking at it that way, what's the intent of it? Maybe we should think of that in that line. So I think it'll guide better how to present the data than if we follow.
Yeah, like that's like more like showing growth, not rate.
Right.
Then again,
I think-
sometimes the spikes are due to something that happens.
So if something's gonna be done that we haven't looked at, maybe it needs to be put, he needs to create it so we can see it on the next agenda.
Well,
Well,
With this we see, this I see, so this is what we thought was gonna happen, but now he's gonna change it I'd like to see what is.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
yeah,
My intent was to illustrate an example of what I was looking for so that he could bring it to the next meeting,
Okay,
not so
good.
that we could post it on the website.
Okay, oh,
It's,
not yet, not yet.
it's just, right, not yet, because,
Like,
you know,
you guys
in
proposed it the first time I brought it, I would have been like,
okay.
no,
Thanks, Francesca.
it's to improve
Hmm.
and make,
What's going on?
so this is
here?
perfect.
I'm so done with this computer.
It's to make it digestible for people who haven't heard you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we've heard you present this several times, so now I know. This page is for Miami Lakes exclusively. He's comparing the zip codes in Miami Lakes. Here's the area cluster, here's the, you know, because I'm already accustomed to it, but like the first time you presented this, I was like, where do my eyes go? Like, I don't even know. So I was thinking a more dumbed down version, but Miguel is right. We need to be comparing it to something. I just don't know that year to date, because this is year to date for the last 3 years.
Mhm.
I don't know that year to date.
I think, all right, so let's,
What if we eliminate this one and eliminate this one? Focus on this one, this one, this one,
yeah,
and
the
the
hour
map.
doesn't matter.
And leave it like it was just these 4, so you can make it a little bit bigger
Mhm.
and a little easier to read. But
Yeah.
make sure you add to the legend where you end.
okay,
I don't, I agree with you. We don't need by hour. At this, for
Yeah.
the intent of this, we don't need by the hour. But and the complaints by city, I don't think is significant. What is significant is the total number of complaints.
I think it's significant.
Why?
That would encourage anyone from Miramar to get more engaged.
yeah, but I think it's like more lines of, is that encouraging other people that are.
Yeah.
They have low
if you're
numbers?
Lakes, and you see how much Miramar report, and this board is for Miami Lakes, what are our people doing? Cause Miramar is doing a hell of a good job,
Right, Miramar, you could say Miramar's taking advantage of our work.
right? So
Yeah.
I would leave that as a comparison, like, hey, Miami Lakes, we need to step up our game because these people are.
I
throwing
would,
us out of the water.
that being said, I would leave that as a little, as a small item as you have it. But we focus on the total complaints, because it's, you know, we're working as a whole, we're not working, identifying it, however. If we identify, Doral, you need to step up your game, this is why. It's there, the data's there, but everything that we talk about is, it's a totality.
Okay.
So I'm thinking,
We could take off the map too, if you think about it, because hello.
Right,
it's
the map
Miramar highly
as well.
elevated, it's like, that's very easy to understand.
Mhm.
So this one stays, this bar up here stays, this is amazing, right? What other one are we keeping? The mine impact? Like the division between Cemex, White Rock, Titan, and then whatever?
where you at? Oh, yeah, I think that's
You leave
huge.
that one?
Shows
Okay,
who the allies are and who are not.
right.
And it's
then
funny
the
because CMEX and White Rock are always head to head, always beaten out by White Rock. But CMEX is never, they're always close behind. And here it shows they're way behind.
Yeah, as far as the, allocated blast, the count is playing as White Rock, it's the White Rock.
That's it's only the mine impact, it's only the amount of blasts.
Yeah.
Is this. That's curious to me, because again, CMEX it's always behind, but not by that.
Yeah, cause the team next year we have 538 blasts versus White Rock 1100 blasts. Last year.
These PPV numbers are what, an average of the last 3 years?
That's the maximum for each of those,
Yeah,
companies.
you gotta say
I,
PPV max.
yeah, I was gonna put that extra word there, but then I was like,
Yeah, cause now that we're isolating information, they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, well,
Put a
is it
good
an
label,
average? or
yeah,
is
put a
it-"
good label so they understand what they're reading.
Right.
I mean, we know, but
Mhm. This one we're eliminating,
Right.
right? The map we've eliminated. I'm gonna give this to you, so it's harder for you to remember. Complaints by month,
The complaints by month, as well, I
it
think,
compares the 3 years.
right, but I think it's not, it's comparable to how many blasts there are. So if we have 10 blasts, we should have 10 we typically have 10 complaints. Ideally, it should show, if we have 10 blasts, we ought to have like one complaint. That, you know, that means that they're working and not bothering anybody.
And here in Cemex, for example,
Mhm.
this 381 number, is
Mhm.
that year to date or is that for the last 3 years?
Oh, I'm sorry. Last 3 years. Everything here is last 3 years. The,
Okay,
the only thing that's like, you would say year to date would be this, because it's 3 different year to dates about each other.
okay,
Um,
so this mine impact is for all 3 years.
Mhm.
We gotta say that. So Cemex has blasted 381 times.
So
In
the
the
next-
last,
it says
583.
300, 381, and then it says 538.
Yeah, 381 is the complaints associated to semis.
oh,
The
sorry.
You
538
see?
is the number of blasts.
That's the question,
You know,
so,
I'm trying to tell you, you see,
yeah.
you need to be, you gotta put that out there. We need to know what it is.
Mhm.
So the complaints is the first number and the actual blast is the second number.
You gotta give those different colors.
Yeah, but
That-
yeah, because they all look like
Oh.
blue.
Yeah.
That's serious, and that's exactly what I was,
Yes.
Well,
Because I'm looking at it right here, but to me, they're both blue, so complaints and blasts to me look, I mean,
So, okay. So then we're gonna change the colors,
Change the color.
okay? We're gonna, here in the legends, you're gonna put complaints and blast, PPV max. So that people know that that's the max PPV that they blasted at. UNK has no PPV on it.
Yeah,
Wow.
those are blasts that either the 20 are blasts that I couldn't allocate to a specific information, because they either put a W or a letter in front of it, because some blasts they allocate to 2 different locations. So the PPV that impacted that location is different. Or so it's kind of hard to bring those 20
but that
back.
doesn't tell us nothing, because it's not even a PPV number.
Right,
So
that's
should
right.
we
So
eliminate
why
that
don't you
number?
just eliminate?
The only reason
UNK?
why I didn't eliminate it was because if somebody wants to count all the numbers, they'll add up to the blast. But I can, those 20, this is a small number, I can go and check one by one to see which one it belongs to, and I can assign it to the right one. Like 2020. The 1502 are 1500 complaints that didn't get assigned to a blast.
To a blast or to
That's
one of these
odd.
companies?
A blast.
That's odd because when a complaint comes in, it's given a time.
Since
time
2023, like at the beginning, like there weren't any verifications. Like for the first 2 months of 2023, no blast was allocated to no complaint was allocated to a blast.
Really?
Yeah, like so it's like only after that they started allocating.
Wow.
Okay. Now, we need to do something else.
Miguel, explain the 0.76 to me. Because,
PPV.
yeah, but they're never that high.
Oh, they are.
I thought it was White Rock.
That's a general blast. Not specific. The chart that he's showing is just
It's not specific to,
a particular company. This is just a reading.
Okay. only because I see it under, then it says White Rock, then Titan, then SD, then Florida Rock, and then no numbers, so. I'm thinking that this equals this.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think there's a solution to this misinformation, because if we are misinterpreting with your explanation, imagine what people are gonna misinterpret. So I have an idea.
Make it up.
We want to make this information public because it's valuable, right? But we need to make it easier to understand. So when you make the changes that you make within the graphs that you make, there needs to be like a glossary that breaks down each graph that you keep. And because we're minimizing the number, then it should be easier. For example, in the glossary, it'll depict complaints by city. Miramar reported in 2023, X number. Miramar in 2024 reported X, and Miramar in 2025 reported X.
Which he has that.
Right, you have that.
Yeah.
It's not illustrated here, but you have it. And then once we develop this glossary, all we have to do is like update the numbers of the year that's current, not the previous years.
And also
because those years
Francesca,
don't
can you
change.
see how he has it blue and blue, please change the color.
Yeah,
Don't repeat blue.
yeah.
Is the number you
That
have,
was a auto thing.
That's a
is the
total.
number you have at the total, is that the total of the 3
The
years?
3 years.
Yes, everything's
Miramar.
3 years,
Okay.
except the month by complaint. table.
Yeah.
Everything else is three.
So this one, that's how we would put it in the glossary with its explanation, right?
Yeah.
Here, same thing. We don't know what unknown is. So in the glossary, you're gonna say unknown. 1,502 blasts were not allocated because you can't manually update where the blasts belong to because now you're not pulling information.
Right.
You're editing information.
Okay.
So I don't want you to do that either because that's a liability.
That's what I, that's.
That's why I left it
why
like
I
that.
said
It's
it.
like-
When I saw it, that's
I didn't wanna.
Yeah,
using.
Like CYA, you know? So under unknown, you're gonna put UNK equals 1,502 blasts that were not allocated to a specific mine
Yeah,
or
mine.
company. 20 that meant XYZ. When you write this glossary and you send it to IO, I'll make it more digestible. But I just need you to give me the factual definitions of each piece so that I don't accidentally butcher it when I make it marketable. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And then at the next meeting, we'll present it in a more consolidated marketing angle. And then we can
Gotta test
decide
the
whether or
smell
not,
test.
yeah, whether or not it makes sense. So we're keeping this one, this
Just
one.
look at how
Yeah.
many questions popped up out of this conversation.
Oh, yeah,
It's
for sure.
huge, it's huge.
Este lo quitamos, right?
There's no
This-
reason.
Yeah,
for
we-
it. Yeah.
No reason. And these two, what did we decide? Because we went back and forth.
I would like to see, I like this, but I like to see the PPV. The question is, how can we get it, or how is it more clear, concise? Let me ask you, because right now I know that they blasted a few times. 0.5 is the legal limit. And they blasted this year a few times, be exceeding the legal limit
Well,
of 0.5. But it was recorded on the pilot program, not the official thing.
so you're saying that I'm pulling from the official, not the public part?
That what?
I'm pulling from the official. not
You're
from-
pulling from the official, yeah.
Now, an interesting graph would be to compare the data on the official to compare it to pilot.
Well, that's what I wanted, yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
One
I do that.
Complaints per month you don't want, right?
I don't think we need.
Okay, let's eliminate that. And instead here, you're gonna compare pilot numbers to official, you
Yeah.
called it? Official.
The amount of blasting, they're
Official
gonna
data.
match, so I don't
Okay.
see that as an issue, but I would like to see the difference in PPV.
Difference per blast, what
Yeah.
blasts have different PP.
Yeah, if you could do that, and I don't know how.
Yeah, because
How you arrange it.
Pull it out for single, yeah, I'll figure it out.
And this one? Would be
Um,
replaced by this new one, right?
So we have three, and this, the headers, 4 items.
Right.
The glossary.
So you're keeping this,
Mhm.
you're keeping this, and this. Well, not this, I'm sorry. This is how you're recreating these.
Oh, for these two.
You're gonna compare the pilot program numbers to official data. Specifically focus on the PPV variations,
So,
and you're gonna do it for the 3 years.
for years. So.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. The pilot program numbers and the official numbers, they ought to be parallel, that'll be the same, not parallel, that'll be on top of each other.
Yeah.
If
You
they
shouldn't be able to
vary,
see the difference
Oh,
between.
we
the
got
two.
Yeah, if I can export it, I'll just email them and just ask for the date.
yeah,
I'll go from there.
Okay, so even if you can't get this for the next meeting, because it's obviously something more involved, the first one we publish can have this
Yeah.
And
information.
then you can
and
add.
And then we can add to, you know, so
that'd be huge,
you're going to,
I'd like to see that.
what are we calling,
yeah.
what are we calling the graph?
Well, he called it pilot program
Stats.
statistics.
Yes, but now we're
Stats.
gonna compare
So now-
official data and pilot, so we gotta call it something else.
So now by
Official
next
minor.
month,
The pilot
by
program,
next month, come up with the, like the label.
the pilot program is everything. The website has everything, it's all encompassing,
Okay,
but the pilot program has its
Data
data,
set.
and then there's the official data.
okay,
Under official, we put official, quote unquote minor. Data, because people don't know what official and what
Right.
everyone is.
Yeah.
So the official data is from the miners?
That's under statute, under statute, they have to provide their
That's the
official
that's the
data.
statute provision.
Maybe we should have that, like a. Under statute, blah, 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 or official data provided by the mining company.
Yes, official
we'll call it out as same as where you're getting
Yes,
the statistics from.
At the next meeting, if we wanna edit any, we will. Official data, you're gonna call it mine provided data or miner provided data because it's provided by the mines. You want people to
Yeah, I
identify
didn't know
the
that either.
different ones. And then pilot is pilot, so obviously, whatever. You're gonna develop the glossary. Don't worry about the texting fancy. Just say blue equals this, red equals that, number of blasts, whatever. I'll beautify it, okay? No repeating blue. If there's a large difference between the official data and the pilot program, make this one red,
Oh,
okay? Red is associated to negative information. So instead of doing orange here, use happy colors. Green, blue, purple, happy colors.
Let me ask a quick question, apologize. Can you do superimpose? I'm thinking graphically, if we had a wide bar as the official and then the,
yeah,
something like that superimposed?
Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the wide bar be the official,
official.
the mining,
The miners.
miners thing, and then the statistic one from the pilot program.
They should go at the same time.
Yeah. Again, they should be on top of each other. I know they're not.
Obviously,
Should be the
value, yeah.
same line.
Huh?
Should be the same line.
They should be.
It shouldn't be that you couldn't even tell the difference between
Yeah,
one or the
right.
other. It should be.
That's
the-
what I'm saying, make one wider,
The
one,
same line.
so that you could see them.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to be able to see.
Yeah, and then when you do this one, obviously make it red for the miners and then, whatever you've been using for.
Okay.
There you go.
Mhm.
So it'll be discussed next meeting.
That's what I got.
That's.
Sample report to be right at the next BAB meeting for the state.
This one's top secret.
If you can send it to Isle a few days prior to the meeting.
Yeah.
I'll develop the glossary that you provide to her, so that when we bring it up for approval, I've done my glossary part. To finesse your glossary, right? And then your data is your data, obviously.
Okay.
That needs to be discussed and approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we could, it's almost like it's two different pieces of information.
Yeah.
But it's one altogether.
Alright, they have the budget on, I just make mention of it, but
Yeah,
everything's static, everything stays the same, so.
That is the current budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same as last year, something like that. Alright, anything else?
Are there any events coming up? Holidays, things for the town?
I believe they're gonna be doing something for September 11th.
No, Labor Day, they're so happy to be home.
Everybody.
And not laboring.
In October, there's the kids. Event they do at the park.
What?
It's Nightmare on Mont Rose. But it's
Oh,
at park.
the Halloween one.
That they do like a haunted house and a bunch of activities.
It's a big one.
So September 11th.
There's some.
In August, there is a small concert at the United Methodist Church.
Is that your friend?
You said August, Susan.
This is
Yeah,
something I
that's
got.
what
This is-
But we can
Some of
discuss
the
for
stuff that-
September 11th and for Halloween.
I don't know,
I know that
if you have any
copies.
ideas for September 11th, send it to me so that they can have a talk with the committee. I just don't know because that event tends to be like, small, very private.
The,
Like Sombra, I don't know if that's if that's
Does it in-house?
the event to have. Blasting advertising.
As a 9/11 survivor myself,
Yeah, but fans, let me know if I can share what the liaison.
Well,
I can share what
you
you
can
can.
If you
share
could
it,
add
yeah.
that to the, if you could add that to
At least
the
flute.
next agenda, Esther, do you mind?
I don't do
September
the
11th.
agenda, remember.
No, I know, but you're putting notes for
Oh.
him to add stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, hold on, because this is like, with the postpone update, so I have to tell him to put on the 8/25 agenda. Well, I'm gonna send this to Isle and then give her a little, so she can tell him,
Of course.
because I really don't talk to him about this. Okay, so you want me to add,
Events.
awareness campaign for September 11th event?
To discuss that next meeting. and October for Halloween. Nightmare on Melrose Street or
Yeah.
something.
I'm just gonna put awareness campaign September 11th and Halloween.
Alright.
No,
Weirdly.
it's our notification
My
to.
stomach.
I-
Dinner
Who's
time.
selling? I have stomach.
Hey,
So the rats we have in the house.
no.
Alright, yeah,
It's okay.
oh, we got,
Don't even tell me.
yeah,
Oh my God, I could not live there.
You'd sell the house.
I couldn't live there.
I'm watching a movie and the walls start
Oh,
scratching.
please. Okay, can we?
So, any other things?
No.
Before we have a motion to adjourn?
No.
No?
Motion
Motion.
to
Oh.
adjourn at 8:23.
One second.
All in favor?
I.
Adjourned?
Thank you.